Is your horn tingling? Let's rub horns. Horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up. We are Unicorn Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the basement. Today is a big day. It's our 4-month Unicorn Fart Test birthday. So congratulations. Like, what have we accomplished in the last 4 months? It has been nothing short of spectacular, right? There's been millions and millions, literally maybe 10 million other meme coins created since we came around. Well, at least millions and millions. And we are still amongst the top 600, 700 of all cryptocurrencies. So give yourself a pat on your hindquarters. It's a big deal. It's been an awesome ride. 1/3 of a year, 4 months, right? Sometimes feels like 40 years. Sometimes feels like 4 hours. Things move very crazy in crypto. But the bottom line is you as a community have made this happen. So thank you. Hey, my disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Don't buy or sell anything. Make any type of decisions based on anything that I share here today. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do hold a large position in Unicorn Fart Test. So our horns are aligned, and horns up, Dusters. Excuse me, I'm still a little under the weather, but we are connecting from all over the world. And this is a special situation. Later on in this live stream, we're going to be joined by a special guest, Jax, the founder of MEMECON, those big conventions, Memecoin conventions that go on all around the world. We're going to have a great conversation with him about some upcoming conventions, but also I'm going to ask him about what he sees going on in the Memecoin sector. See if he has any advice for us at Unicorn Fart Test, right? As we, as a community-based coin, move forward. But let's go out and take a look at what's going on in the general markets right now. It's important we stay on top of things. In the U.S., we're going to refresh this. We're out at the CNBC website. Okay, so that's not it. Let's go to the United States. Dow Jones Industrial. So the markets are red today. The stock market, the Dow down 0.6, the S&P, wow, the NASDAQ really getting hit. This has to do with NVIDIA. Apparently, the Trump administration is making it more difficult, from what I understand, for NVIDIA to export their chips to China. So we're taking a big hit on the NASDAQ. Let's go look at the crypto markets and see if that, okay, so Bitcoin down just a hair. Ethereum down 2%, Solana down 2%, Dogecoin at 15. You know, I was looking at a chart of Dogecoin. Let's pull this up. They're obviously right now, for now anyway, the biggest meme coin out there. But if you look at a 1-year chart of Doge and you go back to right around when we were created, guys, Doge is down almost 66% during that time period. So as we talked about earlier, what we've accomplished over the last 4 months has been unbelievable as a community. However, when we consider the fact that we've done that in a very difficult crypto market, it's even more impressive. Let's go out and look at the precious metals, because they are first cousins to crypto, and gold is still on a tear at 3,314. Silver up 40 cents at about 32, almost $33 per ounce. So that's what we have going in the general markets. Now let's talk about UFD. And I want to share with you something that I found very heartwarming that shows what this community is all about. Community is going to drive the value. Community will drive the price. Right? This is a complete community takeover coin. This Unicorn Fart Test is the one of a kind. I mean, really, the unicorn in Unicorn Fart Test truly is the unicorn. And what I'm seeing here, guys, is so encouraging for me. This was very heartwarming. Hold on here. I bumped into this last night. And this just to me speaks volumes about the UFD community. This guy, Anon, who is big in the apparently APU, which is another very popular meme coin community, said he picked up 10,000 UFD. Not financial advice, but I really believe in where Unicorn Fart Dust is headed. I forgot to turn Susie's walkie on. Hold on one second here. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm going to be in trouble, guys. Okay. I'm here for the long haul and backing that up with real action. But then look what happened after this great person posted this. I was just like overwhelmed. I mean, there's Georgie. Welcome to the party. Okay. There's Duster01. Best play 2025 to 2030. There's an advertisement. There's Lad. Welcome to UFD. I mean, look at this. There's Windows 98, Fart Force 1. There's Madman. Welcome to the family, UFD. There's Nate, Unicorn Fart Dust. Okay, there's Mr. B with the video of the Duster Mobile. Okay, there's Bjorn 96 NFT. There's P. Okay, there's Mr. B again. I mean, there's DJ Litmus. It just goes on and on, guys. You guys, like somebody comes in, welcome, welcome, welcome. That's a big deal. That is value because you know what? People will pay money to be part of a community, to belong, to feel like they're part of something. That is real. Okay, think about this. What's the most valuable thing in your life? What's the most valuable thing of tangible, real things and of intangible things? Everybody will say relationships, being part of a group. So when I saw that, I was just completely encouraged again with what you are doing as a community. And we've been here for 4 months. We've proven, right? We've proven that we are here to stay. We are just building and building and building this base that I think with the power of the community, like this is you guys, this is in your hands and you're taking the opportunity to make it something real, that we've got great things ahead for us. All right, let's go look at this other data about UFD. All right. This was a great post from Deep Agents. Said UFD top holders haven't made any sales in the last month, and the top 5 holders haven't made any sales at all. At Basement Ron, do they know something? Well, I can't comment on that, but we'll say let's say that I would agree with them. Okay, but what I look at when I see this chart, this is, I think, very, very interesting. These are our top 10 holders. Okay, I'm almost on that list because I now own 0.7%. I've been buying Unicorn Fart Dust. Not financial advice. I'm not, not making predictions or anything, but I am almost in the top 10. But look at this. And that says something, right? Our top 10 holders, I mean, I think on average, it looks like, I mean, our top holder owns 2%. We got a couple in there, but on average, where did I see this? I saw some data on here. I mean, basically, guys, our holders are so diversified. It's incredible. Sorry, I have to mute the microphone to cough from time to time. I'm going to have a little sip of coffee here. I'll struggle through this. But that's a big deal, right? That our holder base is so diversified, so many. We got 400 people. It's our 4-month anniversary. Congratulations, Dusters. Please, before I forget, share this video, all right? Retweet it if you're watching on X. If you're on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Share a link. You can go to these things and get the little arrow that says share. Send it out on your social media. Repost it. Let's get the word out about UFD. This is such a unique and special opportunity. And if you're here now, you believe, right? You're a super duster. Why not share? Why not spread the good news, right? We've got a lot to be optimistic about. We have a solid foundation going on. So please, and don't forget, guys, here in the near future, on YouTube only, we're going to be switching the live stream to the Unicorn Fart Dust exclusive channel. We have a new channel on YouTube for Unicorn Fart Dust. I think we're up to about 400 subscribers right now. So please go out, find that. There's a link in the description, and subscribe to the new YouTube channel as well. Now, let's do Duster of the Day. We have a very, very special Duster of the Day today. Somebody who's super popular within our community and is doing a lot for the meme coin sector in general. Our good friend Hinak. My grandson, he calls me his grandpappy. He started that, but we absolutely love this guy. Actually, everybody loves this guy. And, you know, it's a big, big privilege and a big honor that he's part of our Duster community. Our friend Duster number 1 actually made this recommendation, and I can't believe we didn't do it sooner. But Hinak, you know, it comes into our spaces. He's a big believer in UFD. I wanted to mention to you guys too, he has his own podcast now. Let me see if I can pull this up without screwing things up. There it is there, the Memecoin podcast. He's covering all things crypto. Please subscribe to that. Let me go back here. I want to go to his link tree. That's what I wanted to go to. Okay, there it is, the Memecoin podcast. And you can listen to that on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, X, TikTok. Everything's there, all of his different links. Hey, this guy is, like I said, everybody loves him. He's the best. So it's a big honor today that we get to recognize Hinak as Duster of the Day. Right? He's going to get his golden horn in a minute, but first, he even took the time to write a nice little note to all of us Dusters. So this is from our friend Hinak, who says, UFD is one of the most remarkable stories ever to come from meme coins. I've never seen a more wholesome community in my 4 years dedicated to memes. So he's been around meme coins longer than almost anybody, guys. I'm not going to lie. When I first heard about Unicorn Fart Dust, I thought it was the dumbest, weirdest narrative. Well, you know what, Hinak? So did I. Remember when I created it? I said, it's Unicorn Fart Dust. Don't buy it. So you're not alone, my friend. I completely faded. I watched the massive run up, and when Bitcoin started declining, I thought it was over. But then I met a key community member and started attending spaces. I listened to Ron speak and lead with passion and integrity. I was wrong about UFD. I saw strength and resilience in the face of meme coin Armageddon this year. My number one metric for successful meme coins are the quality of the people connected to the project. It's rare that you see an aggregate of high quality individuals in a meme project. That's what we have with UFD. So much higher for us. He brought up a couple things I want to touch on, guys. Number one, right, that we have survived through meme coin Armageddon. We saw what happened to Dogecoin since our creation. We know what's gone on in the general markets, and we have survived with perseverance and positivity. So I appreciate Hinak pointing that out. But I think what's even more important, and I've been harping on this a lot lately, as you all very well know, are the quality of the people connected to the project. Guys, our community is made up of, I tear up saying this, the highest quality people. Okay, quality, okay, and quantity is important, and we've got quantity, but the quality of the people, right? Like, I would rather gain 10 new quality people today than 100 low quality, and we are attracting the people in this community, the quality, right? And I know that's a general blanket term, but it is absolutely true, right? That the quality of people in this community is really, really second to none. So thank you, Hinak, for pointing that out. We're waiting for our friend Jax. Jax, if you're listening out there, you go in and press Enter Studio on StreamYard, which is the platform we're using today. But hey, everybody, let's all everybody help me install the golden horn onto our friend Hinak. Okay, he brought up some great points. He said you're quality people, right? But it's a big deal that today we're going to recognize you, Hinak, as Duster of the Day. And here is your golden horn. And hey, guys, I just saw Jax come in. I'm going to pull him up. Hold on one second.
Hey, Ron. Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, buddy. How's it going?
Really good, thanks. Really good. Yeah, very busy in preparation for all the events that we've got coming up. But yeah, very, very good. And yourself?
Yep, we're doing great. We're doing great. We really appreciate you coming on. I know I kind of told everybody you're the founder of MEMECON, these big Memecoin conventions that go on all around the world. You know, and I think did you just wrap up your convention in Paris? Is that right?
Yeah, correct. We ran like a mini kind of like conference alongside Paris Blockchain Week. So that was last week. Very, very successful. But it's been a crazy few months, right? And I think it was for us, we were umming and ahhing about going to Paris, and then we're really glad that we did in the end. We made some incredible connections. The team were brilliant out there. So yeah, it was good. Very good.
Wow.
So
wow.
You couldn't get there.
So, yeah, well, you know, and I wanted to ask you, because how many years have you been? Has it been 2 or 3 years that you've been running the Memecoin conventions?
No, actually. So started in December 2023.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. So myself, I think I said to you before, or everybody else on the call, I've been in crypto for a long, long time, or it feels like a long time. I guess I'd be classed kind of as an OG since 2017. And so I've been in Memecoin specifically for around about 3 years. And yeah, December 2023, I was actually looking for work at the time and thinking what to do. And then this idea just kind of sprung into my head. Nobody's done a Memecoin conference. And there are obviously lots of other conferences for everything else in crypto, but Memecoins didn't have somewhere to go to. So that's kind of how it started. Yeah.
Excellent. So over those years, I'm going to ask you for some insight since you've been around the Memecoin sector. Are there any key factors or components that you see that you think help determine the success or failure of a certain meme coin?
Definitely. So it's actually, I mean, it's changed a lot since the last year because of obviously everything that's happened with Pump Fund, which has completely changed the landscape. Because before obviously, there were a lot of the meme coins that were kind of, I guess, based on pure memes, things like Pepe, Doge, things like that were doing extremely well. And that's basically based off just of a meme historically because it's been so culturally relevant.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you look at what's happened with kind of Pump Fund over the last year, it's completely kind of changed the landscape. So meme coins were always casino type, I would say it's borderline gambling in the past for sure. But this is kind of like made it even more into that on that side. Whereas to answer your kind of other question, how do I see projects really push forward and become much, much bigger, is looking into creating some kind of IP. And I think that's kind of where I see quite a lot of the meme coins, the bigger ones or the ones that are trying to really push the space kind of going towards. So examples of that would be like Ponky, for example. I think you guys are doing a really good job of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you saw a few weeks ago, there was a brilliant article by Luca. You must have seen it or in touch with Luca about social tokens. And that's the way that I kind of see it. Teams that will push to actually become brands within their own rights, within the space, and take this very seriously, should, I think, do very well in the next kind of like 6 months and 1 year. That's not to say that the casino goes away. The casino is an important part of meme coins for sure. But I think there's an opportunity, there's a gap in the kind of market for meme coins to have those kind of brands come forward, like a Pudgy Penguin. So I think we're just waiting to see which one it will be. So lead the way.
Yeah, like a real value being created because of the brand itself, and obviously generated from within a community, I would imagine is going to be a key component as well. You know, we were Unicorn Fart Test, I'm sure you know, was created on Pump Fund. And now that today's our 4-month birthday, by the way, Jack. So Unicorn Fart Test is officially 4 months old. You know, and I have kind of mixed feelings when I look at Pump Fund, because I know there's just like 50 or 60,000 new meme coins being created. And that's where I came from. So I'm not like putting it down, but it just feels like this nonstop, like, production of meme coins, and I just wonder. I wonder where that goes eventually. Right? Does that event? I mean, I wonder what happens. Any thoughts on that?
I don't think it goes away. I think it probably will get bigger. That's honestly what I think, just purely based on, if you're looking at why these meme coins spring up every single day, right? And this is based on attention economy, lots of the memes coming from places like TikTok, other memes coming just from social media, public figures saying things, and then that will just spring up a meme. And that stuff, like a lot of it is gambling, right? You have people that are literally devs that will sit there. I don't know who they are, most of them, but they're sitting there obviously all day just looking for things to launch, and then sniping tokens, bundling tokens and things like that. So it's a pretty dangerous kind of like place to play in, for sure, but it can be extremely lucrative. And I think that's the thing. I don't think that goes away, because some people, they make so much money off of doing this, but I think you need to be on it you need to be on it almost 24/7, or you need to have the right tools in place to know what you're doing to make sure you don't get burned. So I don't think that goes away anytime soon, for sure.
Yeah. And as you were talking, I was thinking, with this like mass production of meme coins that we're experiencing right now, like kind of dilution within the meme coin sector, I wonder if the meme coins that are able to establish themselves as a brand, and I would think that a lot of the meme coins that you deal with in running your conventions are ones that are working on wanting to establish themselves as a brand. If in an almost perverse way, it helps the meme coins that are establishing themselves as a brand, because there's so many other ones that are, like, I guess you would say, some people call them gambling tokens, short term, that the ones that do set themselves apart, the Pudgy Penguins and the Unicorn Fart Dust and coins like that, that actually at some point people throw their arms up and say, I just want to go with a meme coin that I know I can trust and believe in. Uh-oh. I think Jax froze on us here temporarily. Jax fell asleep. Oh, boy. We were having such a great conversation. We'll wait here. We'll get him back, folks. Don't worry. But I do find that to be an interesting thing. And Jax really kind of stimulated that thought in me that, yes, we know we've got all of these meme coins being created every single day, that in some way that actually helps the meme coins that are establishing themselves as a brand. You know what, guys? While he's hopefully going to get back to us here, get reconnected, I want to run out and show you their website. It's got some information. Here's the MEMECON. It's memecon.lol website. There it is right there. And I wanted to ask him, what does rekt mean? R-E-K-T. I was thinking that was like maybe a party term, but here's MEMECON, and looks like their upcoming summit convention will be in Lisbon, June 4th through 6th. And Jax, if you come back on and I hear you, let me go back and check, make sure we don't have him. Up, here he is. Jax. Hold on here. Are you there? Uh-oh. Hey, Jax. Nope. All right, Jax, if you can hear me, we're going to try this again. I'm going to remove you. Try to come back on one more time. I'll remove you altogether. Okay. Add to stage. Jax, are you there? Darn it. All right. So I'm going to remove him. There we go. Okay. Let's go back out to his website. Always something fun and exciting when you're live streaming, guys. I know you understand that, but yeah, so that Lisbon will be here June 4th through 6th. Here's some past events. They have a lot of fun. Here, let's look at their Lisbon from last year.
1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. GM. Let's get fucking right, everybody.
Nobody's done a Memecoin conference. What the fuck? Right? Why hasn't this happened?
So there's some footage from there.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Memecoin?
right, guys, I'm going to go back and see if we can get Jax back on here. Hey, Jax, can you hear me? Darn it. For some reason, you're not coming through with video or audio. Authenticated with YouTube. Okay. Huh. Well, darn it, guys. I cannot get. He's trying again. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Let's see if this works. Jax.
Shit. Honestly, I'm in Portugal. I live in Portugal, and the internet in Portugal is terrible. If anybody else where I am,
yeah, no problem, buddy. And then I'm like, am I doing something wrong? You know, I told everybody this is live streaming. You know, you get to deal with all kinds of fun stuff. So I showed your website. Your next convention's coming up in Lisbon, early June. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, 4th to the 6th of June. So this will be the.
Oh boy, poor Jax. You froze up again on me, unfortunately. Darn it. I know internet issues are so. All right, we'll try again. Frustrating. Jax, if you're still live, so if you can hear me and you think you're back on, just start talking and I will bring you back on video. I thought we were having a great conversation. I liked him. I've been on his show a few times. I just think that the one thing that I took away from our conversation is this fact that there are certain meme coins that are beginning to establish themselves as a brand. And I think Unicorn Fart Dust is a brand. Okay. Look, we've got all the key components. We have our origin story, our lore, how this got created by the almost boomer in his basement who didn't believe in crypto at all. We've got Jax, just so everybody knows, he is doing his best to get back on. I can see him putting in the effort here. Apparently in Portugal, they have some real challenges with internet. We've got our creed, good attracts good, right? Our beliefs, honesty, integrity. We have our icons, our symbols, the unicorn, right? Everything else goes on. We have our rituals, horns up, dusters, Jax. Yeah, it just is not. I don't see.
This is wild. I now can't hear you, Ron. If you can see me, then I can't hear you now. Okay. Not sure why this is now not playing any sound. Very strange. No, it's not that. Yeah, I definitely need the walkie-talkie. I'll come back out one more time, come back in, see if it works. So apologies.
I think I had my microphone muted. Oh my gosh. Hey, what a great opportunity to say thank you to our sponsors. Ledger, the leader in hardware wallet, cold storage. You know my story, right? Please don't do what I did. Think about security before something happens. Don't think it won't happen to you. And our friends at MoonPay, who make it possible for me to be here every day. MoonPay is the on-ramp into crypto for millions and millions of people all over the world. If you haven't heard of MoonPay yet, you certainly will in the future. Jax, we're waiting for you to come back. Jax, think I had my microphone muted. which would be my fault that time. But hey, we've got 800 people here. Come on, Jax. We're rooting for you. Give us one more try, my friend. I have a feeling we're going to get it all set up and we're going to keep going. Let me go out, guys, while we're here, and I will. I want to show you the funnies of the day. These come from our friend Susie, right? Eat your beans, dusters. All right. The artwork that you guys, that's from Franny and the Dusters. 100 billion for UFD. That is awesome. And here we go. This came from RBIL 262780, but some great artwork. Okay. And I really appreciate you guys getting Ledger and MoonPay in there as well, right? Because again, these sponsors are everything. All right, let's go back out and see if we got Jax. There he is. Hold on. Can you hear me, Jax? Ah, you were there. Darn it. Hey, Jax. Let's do this. Jax, now you're frozen. My microphone's on. Darn it. Now, I can't hear you, and you're frozen on my screen, unfortunately. So, hold on here. Let me see if Susie has any ideas. Hey, Susie, do you... Up, Jax?
Yeah, he's frozen.
All right, hold on. Oh, wait. Jax, can't unmute. I can't hear you now. Says your microphone is muted.
Microphone on, maybe?
Yeah. Yep, I can hear you now, Jax. Jax?
Oh, thank God.
Oh my gosh. I feel like we've been through a war together or something.
Trust me, it's not the first time. Like I say, like it's bizarre. Like I'm in Porto in Portugal, and it's Lisbon was the same, Porto was the same. Some days it's okay, other days it's not. So yeah, anyway, we got there in the end. So,
yeah. Well, and it's funny because before we went on, I was down here in the basement and kind of preparing mentally for us talking, and it hit me. It's like, it's really just a miracle, in my opinion. I mean, I'm 55 years old, but that we can like connect. You're in Portugal, I'm here. We've got 850 people that are joining us right now. I mean, I know we have challenges with technology, but the fact that we can do this is pretty darn cool if you think about it.
It is cool. I just wish it was easier. And Spaces is the same. Like we've been running Spaces on Twitter for like over a year now, and yeah, you get rugged on that constantly as well. So we're getting pretty used to it. But yeah, it takes a bit of patience, but we got there now. But I think the question that you asked me before was about basically liquidity, like fragmented kind of liquidity across all of these different tokens launching. And I was just going to say, yeah, it's definitely a problem for sure. Mm-hmm. As soon as you get some new trend or something happening coming through on Pump Fund, right, all that liquidity or a lot of it gets pulled, and that's down to what's happened with obviously Pump Fund launching and all that attention being dragged everywhere. But I do think, again, just going back to this whole trying to get the big kind of like meme coins to create these kind of brands, it's still, in my opinion, the best way to bring new people into Web3, like crypto, Web3, however you like to call it. But that's been the problem over the past kind of few years for me, is that we haven't seen the same onboarding of people probably since NFTs. NFTs did bring a lot of new people in, from what I can remember. People still talk about them when I speak about crypto, but nobody really outside of crypto that I like within my kind of like social kind of circles talk about meme coins, and that's very different. And I do think that's partially a problem because you haven't seen these kind of like brands like Bored Apes or Pudgy Penguins that seem to kind of hit the mainstream. Meme coins still haven't done that yet, even though you have Doge, you have Pepe, you have these massive meme coins backed by huge public figures. It still doesn't seem to have actually reached the kind of like social the
Oh man, now he's gone.
I'm back. Yeah, sorry.
Now he's back.
Me. Yeah, that's okay.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
good. That's interesting you say that, because what I found now that I've been, officially in meme coins for 4 months, is when I talk to like what I would say average people that are like my contemporaries here in the US, people around my age group, it seems like everybody knows of Doge, right? Like everybody knows of Doge, but they don't necessarily think of it as a meme coin or know that it's a meme coin. Like they know the brand, I guess you would say, or the name Doge. And I wonder, because you bring up a great point, and a lot of people have said that's something that I can help do because of like my age and the fact that I'm out here every day talking, is how do we get more of the mainstream people, the 88% that don't own meme coins, or 95%, to come into the meme coin sector? And I think it's like you talked about earlier, it might have to do with developing good, steady, reliable brands within the meme coin sector.
Yeah, for sure. I also I think it's partially maybe possible to do it this way. Is that what again? I do go back to Pudgy Penguins a lot, but I was speaking to my co-founder the other day about this, and what Pudgy have done with Abstract as well, in terms of having kind of like the chain, is a very, again, I think very good way to do it, because you obviously have account abstraction, which like lowers the barrier to entry for people to be able to actually come into the space. But then on top of what you've actually built as well around the IP, you can actually onboard people into kind of decentralized finance through the means of a brand. And I think like if you were looking at like traditional finance and how they use marketing to attract people to come and, bank with them or do anything with them, save with them, buy property, things like that. I think the way definitely the kind of attention economy is, and the kind of Zoomers and all these other people, I do think there's a huge opportunity through DeFi and cryptocurrency to onboard lots of these kind of people into crypto as if they were coming in instead and actually parking their money or investing in cryptocurrency through kind of like memes or IP. I actually think that's a possibility. I think Pudgy Penguins, I don't know if that's kind of Luca's plan, but just looking at kind of what he's built around the kind of the brand itself, and the fact that they've now got Abstract on top of that, I think it's quite an interesting route to go. And they're not the only ones doing it either. Yeah.
And right now, Jax, just so you know, I should have disclosed this to you earlier, but we are actually streaming on Abstract. Luca.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So we are streaming on Abstract, which I'm excited to do, right? We're on X, we're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, Facebook, but now we're also, for about the last 3 weeks, we're on Abstract as well. And I agree with you. The thing that one of the things that as I learned about crypto over the last 4 months that really excited me, that you touched on a couple of times, is this idea of this being decentralized finance. That that we are independent. There's no central authority figure that controls unicorn fart dust. I think a lot of people look at me and think, well, the reality is, I guess I'm the figurehead and I am the developer. I can't take that, away. But the reality is I don't control unicorn fart dust, right? I don't make decisions. I can't make more coins. There's a finite number. They've all been created. And I think that as people around the world start to realize the benefits of this decentralized and kind of the fair and level playing field, that we could get more people coming in as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's been like a long time, as I say, since I started, going into crypto. That was the thing that first kind of attracted me to it.
Yeah.
I was told about Bitcoin even way before that, but the idea of being able to, be decentralized away from the central kind of authority, or like, not having to basically rely on having these third parties look after your funds and having a bit more kind of autonomy is really interesting. I think the only problem that I foresee still at the moment is that we still haven't made it where it's easy enough for people to just come in and play. And there's still this kind of stigma around cryptocurrency, which I think is fair as well. And that's due to the lack of regulations that have not been there for the last kind of like 10 years. That is changing, and obviously regulations are coming in. But if you want the average person to come into crypto, they are going to at least want to know that they're protected. And that's the biggest problem. We will attract the gamblers. We will attract people that just want to speculate and potentially hit a 100x. But the actual people to come in and trust the system and know that they're not going to lose their money. If they do lose their money, that they can actually go somewhere and be, supported and there's regulation, then it's going to be hard, I think, to onboard everybody. I think this is where like the kind of people that have been in crypto a long time, there is this, like you almost, I think lots of us don't want to see it happen. But then if we really want to push on and get to the next level, then it has to happen. And I think that will in turn really benefit meme coins as well. Because again, like if we can grow brands around DeFi and then have that kind of like marketing power to attract normal people, and you're also regulated, then I think honestly we could get to like an incredible point where these meme coins could become like brands, companies, and offer all of these services as well. So, but I think we're probably still quite a long way off that, but that's maybe, I don't know. I'd be interested to speak to people like Luca to find out their kind of strategy and vision of what they really see that becoming with the, the abstract stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because, based on my experience, again, 4 months in crypto, I've learned a lot. And I think what I heard you saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that the DeFi component of crypto is something that is very appealing, very fair, but then there's also maybe some drawbacks with that as well, because there's like a balance that needs to be struck with some types of regulation to help protect people. If we want the next big wave of people to come into crypto, is that a somewhat fair assessment of what we see going on right now?
Yeah, I guess the way that I see it is that DeFi is kind of like the backbone that kind of like has grown like pretty much the whole space in terms of like what's been able to be built through these kind of decentralized applications. And then obviously you also have then social finance now on top of that, where you can build applications that at the same time. But to get that money in through these kind of, I guess it's just to get more money into the space, then it'll probably still need to come through DeFi, the big money anyway. But yeah, it's just a very interesting kind of like, in my opinion, way for us to get new people in, new blood in, is through being able to build like lots of stuff off the back of, I think, IP and brands, which could be like meme coins, just like I said, Pudgy or Bored Apes and people like that did at the time. I don't know, about 6 weeks ago, the guy, Brian Armstrong, he's the CEO of Coinbase. He said that Bitcoin is pretty much a meme coin at this point. He also said the US dollar is pretty much a meme coin at this point. So as I look out, like with Unicorn Fart Dust into the future, do you think that a community-driven coin, because Bitcoin was a community-driven project, basically, that those types of utilities that you were speaking of can be created and built from even community initiatives? Is that within the spectrum of possibilities? Yeah, I really do believe so. I think that's why I'm really, really bullish on meme coins. I know that it's every single time that we go through these kind of cycles, right? So like meme coins really get hit hard. It's the same with what, NFTs, stuff like that, but there's always something every cycle that gets hit hardest, and it's usually meme coins. Everything drops off, like you guys have seen, like 90%, sometimes even down to 96%. But the ones that kind of stick around and continue to build and continue to be serious kind of reap the rewards. And that's where I truly think we're at the moment with meme coins, is that there's this enormous amount of potential for the ones that stick around and build to be able to grow to like become much bigger than even the current meme coins in the space. Because I think the ones like that are already out there at the moment, they've already built a lot. They have communities that have kind of grown old and maybe like aren't still sticking around. Maybe you have big whales and stuff, but the new ones, the ones that have still the energy to kind of really push on and build in the next few years, I think can become absolutely huge. That's honestly what I think. But
Yeah.
it's still very early. That's what I reckon. It's even though it feels not very early, I think meme coins they'll be around for a very, very long time, and the ones that do right will do very well.
And you know, you said something that that sparked a thought with me, is that like what it feels like right now with UFD is that we are building the core backbone. You said DeFi is the core backbone, but it was, I think about what's going on with UFD right now, it feels like we're building kind of the core backbone of the coin, of the community. It's kind of hard to put in words, but that as it evolves and as the market gets better, that all types of other utility, other things can blossom. But that what's really, it's like the foundation, like a really solid foundation is being built right now. And I think it's good for meme coins in general that we have some good, you know, Pudgy Penguins, UFD, some strong coins that emerge from this to show that you know, meme coins are for real, that this is, you know, really is a viable sector and will continue to be a viable sector, and that a lot of great things can blossom from these coins and a lot of great utility. I don't know. You got me thinking, Jack. So thank you.
Yeah, no, it's what you kind of said, right? Is that the DeFi pretty much is the foundations, because for any of these kind of meme coins, yourselves included, right? So people come into UFD because they believe in you, they believe in the project, they believe in the community. Yeah. And in that way, people are still speculating. They come in to buy the UFD token, and that's through DeFi, through all these kind of decentralized applications, to basically put a bet down that you guys will be around for the long term. And then off the back of that kind of foundation, you then are able to build things like social finance applications that might be games, that might be IP, that might be all of these other kind of things that you can build on top of it. That's kind of like, that's kind of, I guess, the way that I was meaning to explain it.
Yeah. Well, you know, and when I think of DeFi as the backbone, one of the things that gets me very excited is that, you know, there are people in Africa, in South America, even in the United States, that maybe can't get a bank account. They can't, you know, engage, but they can come into UFD if they have a phone, basically. They can come into UFD and be on equal playing field with me or anybody else that's in UFD. And to me, that's, you know, the quality, that to me, that's like a quality foundation of people. And I'm seeing that happening, you know, and that from there, you know, we've got a guy in the Philippines called the Burger Man who does incredible things and gives, you know, that I won't go down that, but that we just have this foundation built that that's on equal. Everybody's equal. It's fair. It's transparent. And from there we can build. So Jax, this has been a great conversation. I really appreciate you coming on here and talking with me.
Yeah, no, it's been great to come on and chat to you, everyone. I always really appreciate the time with you to speak to you about this stuff. And yeah, apologies for the technical difficulties for everybody as well. So yeah.
No, you've been great. And when we were popping back and forth, just so you know, I showed your webpage, and, you know, showed a little bit of the video from some of the past conferences that you've done. I'll encourage everyone to please go to the MEMECON webpage, and if you can go to the conference coming up in Lisbon, right? Is it June 4th through 6th?
Yeah.
Correct?
So I just quickly give a minute just explaining
about
this. So
as much as you need.
Yeah, so the way that MEMECON is set up, we are trying to make this a place for everybody, for every community across the Memecoin space to come, hang out, and basically have a good time, and also kind of showcase what you're building, meet new people, meet people that you can actually help you to build and actually grow your projects as well at the same time. So we're different from a lot of different conferences out there. Lots of the big conferences out there are unattainable to get involved with because they're very expensive. and that excludes a lot of people. So for us, we're trying to grow it to make sure that MEMECON is going to be the biggest Memecoin conference in the space. For that to happen, because there really isn't another one out there, we really need the support of everybody in the community to get behind this. So we actually have a place to go and actually chat, meet up, and actually try to do the things that we've been talking about on this conversation. So if you are anybody in the community at all, if you're an artist, if you're a dev, if you are a community leader, if you're anything at all, we would love you to get in touch with us to get involved. We can bring you up to speak at MEMECON for free. We've done that on the past conferences as well. Doesn't matter who you are. And also at the same time, we have community partnerships. So we give away free tickets to the communities as well who are going to be coming to MEMECON. And yeah, finally, if you did want to get involved in a larger way, then yes, we do have kind of sponsorship options as well. But yeah, I guess to finish that off, last year, the 3 events that we actually did, Lisbon, Singapore, and Bangkok, we ended up having about 15,000 people across all 3 events. So it was incredibly successful, but we want to get it to a point where it's even bigger and we can be competing, hopefully, with the biggest conferences out there. We think it can happen, but we just need everybody to know us and also, yeah, support us like we're trying to hopefully support the rest of the community. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, you are doing a great service to the Memecoin community. So I would encourage everybody out there, if you can, or you have an interest, or you can attend, reach out to the people at MEMECON. I've met a few of the other people that are part of your organization, very high quality people. And Jax, I just want to say thank you. All right. It's been a great visit with you. And I'm going to get you again in, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks and see if you can hop on here. Maybe after, if at the latest, after your Lisbon, you can give us an update on what you're feeling and seeing out there. But thanks so much. And everybody who's joined us today, thank you. And I'll be back tomorrow. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.
Cheers, Ron.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks, Jax.